Welcome to the National Institute of Academics. Past perfect tense, negative form, interrogative form. And use of had. The past perfect tense is used to describe an action that happened before another action in the past. It's formed with the auxiliary verb and followed by the past participle of the main verb. The structure of the past perfect tense is subject plus had plus past participle of the verb. Here are some examples of the past perfect tense in action. By the time I arrived, they had already finished eating. The action of finishing eating happened before the action of arriving. She had studied French for 6 years before she moved to Paris. The action of studying French happened before the action of moving to Paris. To form the negative form of the past perfect tense, we use the auxiliary verb had with the word not between them, followed by the past participle of the main verb. The structure of the negative past perfect tense is subject plus had not plus past participle of the verb, or hadn't plus past participle of the verb, which is the contracted form. Here are some examples of the negative form of the past perfect tense. I had not, hadn't, studied for the exam before I took it. The action of studying for the exam did not happen before the action of taking the exam. She had not, hadn't, finished her work before her boss arrived. The action of finishing her work did not happen before the action of her boss arriving. To form the interrogative form of the past perfect tense, we start with the auxiliary verb had, followed by the subject, and then the past participle of the main verb. The structure of the interrogative past perfect tense is had plus subject plus past participle of the verb. Here are some examples of the interrogative form of the past perfect tense. Had you studied for the exam before you took it? Did the action of studying for the exam happen before the action of taking the exam? Had she finished her work before her boss arrived? Did the action of finishing her work happen before the action of her boss arriving? Remember that in the interrogative form of the past perfect tense, the verb had comes before the subject, and we use a question mark to indicate that it's a question. Use of had in past perfect tense. Had is the auxiliary verb that is used to form the past perfect tense. It is followed by the past participle of the main verb. Here are some examples of the past perfect tense using had. I had already eaten breakfast before I went to work. In sentence, had is used to form the past perfect tense to show that the action of eating breakfast happened before the action of going to work. By the time he arrived, we had finished the project. Had is used to form the past perfect tense to show that the action of finishing the project happened before the action of he arrived.